What is up, guys? In today's video, we are going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do find this video to be helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of this season thus far, because we are about 2 weeks-ish into the season. I am liking it quite a bit. Obviously, you know, there's things that are tilting. It's Fortnite. There will always be things that are tilting, but like, I think this season is quite good, and I'm definitely looking forward to see, you know, what type of content they add in the updates over the course of the season, because I think based on leaks and rumors and stuff, it seems like there's going to be a lot of content coming to the game over the course of the season, and it's a relatively short season. The season ends on May 2nd, so I think this season is going to go by very quick, and so far I think it's quite a good season. We're going to be going Lone Wolf Lair this game because this is where the boss is, and I really like having that sprint medallion. Seems like a lot of players decided they also want to be going for this medallion, so that's great. Can you bat me off, sir? Wait, hopefully I actually die. I was going to say, if I land in the middle of nowhere and then just don't die, that would be bad. Okay. This is Ranster. That's a streamer. Unfortunately, he dies too as well, I think, and now we're maybe just spectating somebody random across the map, because unfortunately that's what happens with spectating. If you die to someone who immediately dies, you just get to go spectate someone across the map rather than the nearest player. Like if the person who eliminated you dies as they eliminated you. I'm on board with Sir Duke. Initially I thought this was an AI, and there's also a bug in the game right now where you can't swap who you're spectating. Like you see how it says next player, spamming R2, nothing's happening. And then I could try to do it on keyboard as well. Spamming it, nothing happened. So we're stuck spectating Sir Duke. See what he gets into. The player over there, that looks like an AI just based on their movement, the way they were like kind of whipping around back and forth. Weirdly like that. Probably should have ran into the house rather than getting batted off. I don't like how passive this guy is playing, though. Like, I'm decently sure it was an AI in that building. He's checking a lot of stuff. Like, I'm like so confused on whether or not this is a human or not, because I would have bet money it was an AI based on the name, but like how that previous fight went and the way he's looted up to this point is just bizarre. I don't know what he's looking at here. There was a player that ziplined behind him. He's like looking at that zip, but I don't think that's where the person was. There is a few names I recognize in this lobby, though. I guess it was this zipline. Alrighty then. There is a few names in the kill feed that I recognize in this match, though. I thought the zipline was on the building, though. Like, for whatever reason, the audio sounded like it was to his left on my end. Maybe I'm just a drone, though. I don't know how to... Okay, there is somebody on the building as well still. I really don't know how to loot this POI. I'm not gonna lie. I've never really been here aside from just like coming here in the mid game or whatever and having to fight people. I'm gonna get this car. Is he gonna go anywhere? One thing I really would not like about this POI is I feel like it takes a decent while to loot, and with how the game plays out this season with like the different vaults and the dill bits and everything in the black markets, I would want to land somewhere like either at a vault POI or very close to a vault POI. That way I can get dill bits and get the mythic pump. Every single game the mythic pump spawns in the black market next to Crime City, and that is a goal that that's something that's always on my mind, because having the mythic pump, obviously like you get a mythic pump, which is great, but also you end up not having to play against it. And just having the peace of mind that you have the best shotgun and you get that every game, I think is very good. And so this player is going to be like not relevant in that, I would assume. Even if you don't want to go for the mythic pump, the black markets are still very good. So if I was in this player's shoes right now, assuming you don't want mythic pump, I would want to go over towards magic mosses. You could buy great loot out of that black market. And then there's also several of the shrines here that you can turn an air sprite to get shockwaves. And like having the mythic pump, if you just consistently get it, you just, you know, you always have that, and then that shotgun problem solved for the rest of the game. Being able to consistently get shockwaves from the shrines like that is something that I really want to take advantage of this season. This is an AI that he's shooting, by the way. Like, I am decently sure when we saw them whipping around at the building earlier. Give me more. Yeah, that is a common bot name. So like this player has wasted like minutes of their match dealing with AI. And even if it wasn't an AI, like let's say that was a real player, if they're like ratting in the house like that and just taking a long time, I feel like there's no shame in just leaving the POI and then going and doing that other stuff. Getting good loot out of the black markets quickly is an advantage. And then also getting shockwaves and just like getting that rolling is an advantage. That one kill isn't worth the time it took to get it, I feel like. And with how the black markets function this season, like I feel like a lot of the better players are getting good loot very quickly. And so it's not like quality of loot means everything, but you would want to be the one with good loot, you know? This should be a kill. Unfortunately, he hits no shots and this person is going to be able to splash, but I thought with him getting that timing that it would just be a kill. I didn't expect this player to be weak from the fight. Oh, they lagged. That is so unlucky. I was going to say I didn't expect them to be weak from that fight, but just like getting timing on somebody with the hollow AR is busted. That's an AI that he's shooting. Player still has no mobility though, and they have no extra heals. They have bandages as heals. And so if a fight starts going south for them, I feel like it's going to be pretty hard for them to like recover that. They get decent loot here. One splash, purple AR. They could get that blue pump, but for some reason they want to keep the green one. All right. Maybe they know something I don't. They get decent loot there, but they should not have gotten that. Like that person just like lagged and disconnected, and then he gets the free kill. Another AI. Medallion's taken. Crime City Vault's taken. Mass Meadows Vault's taken. Let's see what they do. Seaport City Vault isn't taken, but I really wouldn't want to go for it at this point in time. I don't like getting the vaults late. I feel like the potential gain often isn't worth it because, as I talked about earlier, people are going to be rushing to get the mythic pump. At this point in time, even if he had dill bits, I don't think he could go there and buy it. So you might as well just get what you can get with gold out of the black markets. Oh, someone is doing this vault. So I would maybe third party it in this situation. But like doing the Seaport City vault mid-game, I feel like it's just not good. But any vault for that matter, I would not want to do it in the mid-game like this. But Seaport City especially, it's kind of the city, it's kind of the center of the map, and it's just like a kind of ratty POI anyways. I think this person that's in his car could just shoot him, like, from the passenger seat. They're, like, both trying to... Okay, he gets a kill. I was gonna say, it seems like they're both trying to, like, pickaxe each other. But, like, the default whiplash, unless they've changed it, you can just, like, be in the passenger seat, aim in with your gun, and then shoot the driver. It might depend on the angle the car is traveling at, too, though. The guard is, like, defusing the C4. The struggle. Are they going to continue the break? They don't. They need to find more thermite. Like, since the guard had so much alone time with the vault, it, like, disables it. There's high specs around the POI that you can get thermite from. Like, the high specs are a guaranteed thermite drop. There's probably some, like, right in front of him. Yeah, by that pillar. There's a bat here. I would highly recommend taking that. I don't even use the bat for melee, but the mobility aspect of it is quite good, and it's certainly better than not having any mobility at all. Drops his heals for the shield bubbles. I feel like this player does not know what they want to do. Like, I can't tell if he wants to get the vault or not. This car is quite weak, so this is a problem. Like, the car could easily get blown up on him. There's a new G-Wagon there. That'd be good to have. Driving around in a weak car is so detrimental. Especially if the bat is your only mobility item. Because if his car gets blown up and he takes like 100, he's just going to be getting beamed by the ARs at that point. Like, the bat isn't just going to allow you to, you know, snap, get out of there immediately. And for this car instead, I like the G-Wagon more just because it's easier to shoot the passengers through the windows when you get out of the car. I feel like that was kind of why the fight he had outside the Seaport City Vault was so awkward. It was just because, like, the car slumped down. An air sprite over there that he could put in the shrine, but it seems like he's more concerned about going to this fight. I think they're fighting in the bottom of the black market, maybe? Yeah, they rifted. They just rifted from the black market. They're like above him. I would want to look up and shoot that person because odds are if they panic rifted like that, they might be pretty weak. There's more people there though. But all of the NPCs inside the black market sell rifts. that you can just buy. So if you're ever like trapped in the black market, that is one way out. The car pulling up alongside him. I think there was somebody else at the black market though that may pull up to the mountain behind him. He's got this car weak. I like getting the cars weak because now if he gets timing on, if he beams this person and they get in the car, okay. I was gonna say, like, let's say he beams that guy like 60 and then the guy panic gets in the car. The fact that the car is weak, you could just blow it up on them, get even more damage, and then like now their escape plan is gone too. Like it just really ruins the fight. So anytime I'm fighting people around cars like that mid-range, I do like having the enemy's car be somewhat weak. And you can often shoot their car from like an angle where you're not necessarily exposed to them. Not really sure what he's wanting to do again. I don't know if he's like thought he was chasing that person, but I have no idea where they went. I feel like because I have no idea where they went, he probably also has no idea where they went. I'm not sure what he wants out of these heist bags. Like he keeps looting them, but it's not like he's getting thermite to do the vault, and he already has a bat. You can get the bat out of the heist bags, which is nice, but I'm not really sure what exactly he would be looking for. Maybe it's the laser. I don't think he got any drops of the laser. Not really sure what he's going for. Like he's going to the like edge of the map. I don't know if he's like trying to make use of this black market or like looking to see if there's still people here or what. Another person just ripped it from it, I think. Or maybe that was island spawning in actually. Okay. Is he gonna go island? I think island is not worth going for this season at all. I think the super shield medallion you get from Shogun X is just like useless. Like it is not worth putting yourself on the map. And then the mythic hollow twister yar is nice, but that potential gain I just don't see as worth the time and risk of killing Shogun X. Last season when he had the invisibility medallion, it was very worth because that medallion was great. But now just like mythic hollow twister yar, like I don't feel like having the mythic instead of a purple one is really changing your game that much. And as you guys know, the fights around island can be like pretty chaotic, pretty random. Like you're putting a target on your back. Like it just, I don't think it's worth it all. And with how easy it is to get high rarity loot this season from the black markets, I feel like by this point in time in the game, you should already have like a good AR. If somebody else kills it and I can third party it, sure. But I'm not going to go super far to my way to like fight Shogun X from max HP to like nothing just to get mythic AR. And at this point in time, I'm honestly preferring the striker burst anyways. There's somebody over there. I think he's just wanting to kind of bait it. And I also don't like fighting on these islands as much because there's no void mask. And so if I get shots on somebody, I can't like TP onto them. We gotta fly. I just don't really like dealing with island that much this season. Knocks that person back, but doesn't quite get the kill. Seems like he hit more shots on them while they're gliding though. It's like kind of hard to tell spectator because there's no audio. This should be a kill. But there's no like damage points. That's what I was saying. Nice. Okay. If you are going to go for island, I feel like this is the way to do it. Like if you just want to stay up here and kind of like rat and bait people going for the boss, then sure. But I think like having a huge priority on killing Shogun X this season is just more trouble than it's worth. He's getting mammoth in the back from somewhere. Got hit by Shogun X. I think the person mammothing him was on this island, but I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, he got shot. Goes down. He's not in like really serious danger here, but like this is not how you would want the fight to start. Like it's not the worst, but it's not the best either. Because he can just like constantly fly around, it's like hard for this person to actually kill him. He's like really trying to bat the person off island and make them fly, but I think this fight is just going nowhere. His guns aren't that loaded either. Like the more he chases, the worse it'll probably be for him. But he maybe just wants to use his bat anyways. Maybe those, that's good. Like, I wouldn't have a lot of urgency on chasing this player here because I don't think he's really gotten that much damage at all. If he had hit that guy like 200, then like yeah, I would be more inclined to chase it. But just chasing somebody that you've barely done anything to at all is typically not worth. He's like stuck flying right here. It's just terrible. And so for both players there, that fight kind of went nowhere. But you saw how bad it could have been. Because immediately when he started fighting Shogun X, he got hit by Shogun X. And he got shot in the back by an enemy. But the enemy was using the mammoth pistol and they missed their shots. Imagine that guy's using an AR. They just like 100 him. Like the ARs are more like reliable and consistent in that way. You can miss a few shots and it's okay. Like that fight could have gone much worse, but it just kind of like fizzled out and nothing happened. And it was like pretty much immediately when he went for Shogun X, that's what happened. The enemy is on the small island behind him. They're over here. Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if he saw them or not, but he did. He's using the mammoth. And so far, it's like been good for the person we're spectating. This guy's using the mammoth because it's just like such an all or nothing weapon, and he's missed his shot. And I think if he was using an AR, he probably would have gotten some damage in that time. I think that guy stayed on the little shelf here. This person's like awareness of like how people can play is like decent. But again, he's still done nothing to this person. Like, I don't think he needs to have, like, huge priority on chasing them, doing no damage like that. He also has no heals at all. So if a fight does go poorly for him, like, recovering could be hard. Where's the other medallion player? They're at Seaport right now. This car is quite weak, I think. Yeah. The worst things you can do is just be driving around like this in a weak car. Luckily for him, it runs out of gas. Like, the ARs this season will so quickly do 200 damage to a car and blow up on you. Guy's continuing the mammoth. I feel like he's playing with fire here, though. Like, eventually this guy's gonna hit a shot, right? He hit one bullet. This guy's still pushing him, though. Very reliant on the bat. Luck, Shogun X knocked this guy off. He takes damage from that, too. The bat can hit through the bubble. Like, playing shield bubbles versus bat users is kind of like a false sense of security. And this guy is obsessed with the bat. He just took damage from Shogun X. I think there's a third player here now. Took damage from Shogun X and he has no heals. Oh yeah, the medallion player showed up. Like the sprint medallion player. Let's see what he does here now. Maybe he gets a big pot out of this. Nope, he got minis. That doesn't really help his situation. There's a big ammo box there which can give him minis, but that also doesn't help his situation. That... And he just got hit by Shogun X again. These are AI down here that are fighting. That went bad, but it could have gone so much worse. Like, I feel like he actually got very lucky there. No heals on that loot. This is the problem with not carrying heals. Like, sure, if you get kills on enemies and they drop heals, that works. But if you're ever in a situation like this where you need to disengage a fight, like, getting heals can be rough pretty late in the game. I feel like he kind of has to go back up to island and try to capitalize on them fighting if they're actually fighting. Like, that'd probably be his best way. Are there splashes here? Be careful to not use them on the flowers, though. There's a time where, like, they just don't work sometimes if you splash on the flowers. Kind of like how shockwaves are. Like, if you guys have played and been over here and tried to shockwave and just went nowhere, these flowers can just kind of, like, grief consumables. Or throwables, I guess I should say. Very high up. This is concerning. You get beamed more if you're high up. You want to, like, land low. He's just continuing to be in the air because he doesn't really know what he wants to do. seemingly. Or maybe he just messed up. Sometimes like you can try to be landing and then glide, but it seemed like he really didn't know where he wanted to be. And then that made things harder for him. Three opponents remain. I think there's somebody bunkered under him, like on the mountain. Yeah, they're fighting there. I would want to just AR this from up top, but he's going to go there. He's going to try to bat this person off, I'd assume. But if this person sprints into him with the medallion, he could just die. He's dead, I think. He might bat them off and, like, kill that way, though. 36 health. Oh, he barely saved himself there. This guy could jump off with a bat and just kill him. I would want to do that if I was the Catwoman. You're giving up that high ground, but, like, that high ground isn't really that relevant. It's about, he's dead to storm. Or maybe not. I definitely think he could have batted that person off, but like, he kind of like, it just didn't work, and I feel like he kind of panicked and then started using his gun. Like, he didn't commit to it. He's very lucky to survive that. Like, I definitely think that Catwoman should have killed him there. There's still somebody on island mammothing. And that's a real problem for him because he doesn't have heals and he doesn't have extra shield. So any mammoth shots he takes is like very detrimental. It's going to crack his overshield into like 40 white. And then he's not going to have very much health left. He already doesn't have very much health left. But like, yeah. He has like no room for error here. And I don't really know how he gets back into this game. Someone just died to the mammoth. I would want to push that bunker now because I think that the person mammothing cleared the bunker. They're going to get it, though, and then they probably turn and hold him. I'm really not sure what he's doing. I'm going to go around here, but I think this is, like, more exposed. He might just jump on them. This is risky if he just tries to jump on them and bat them, but, like, I low-key don't even hate it because his game is kind of chalked. Like, just going for that risky play might be the only way for him to get that kill. But, like, now things have really not worked out. Those two are fighting. This is where a shockwave would be great. Because if you could just shock in there and third party that and clean that up, that'd be good. I guess they didn't fight, though. There's all batting. This does hit through the bubble, though. All right. Oreo toothpaste just worked him. I feel like as soon as like an actual fight happened, that player just lost. I don't know how weak this other person is because we just kind of got on board at the end there. I hope his mammoth is loaded. I don't know if it is. He slides to dodge the bat, misses his own bat attack, hits it there. He's going to mammoth. Unfortunately, it misses. Now he has to reload the mammoth. He's dead. And that's kind of the unfortunate aspect of using a mammoth pistol instead of the AR. When it works, it's great. Like, it should pump mammoth, GG's, the enemy is dead. But there is no room for error with the mammoth like that, especially the regular one. Like, he bats that person away. Look at how weak this guy is. He would have had no overshield at that point. And then he's 100 total health-ish. I guess 120-ish. That can very easily just snap be gone with the AR. But because he went for the mammoth shot, if he hits it, great. Wins off it. Doesn't hit it, and then loses a game. And so that's why I'm not really that big of a fan of just full replacing the AR with the mammoth pistol if you do want to do consistently good. If you just like having the mammoth and it's fun, I get it. But the consistency on the mammoth just isn't there as much. And we saw that on Island as well, because I think the person who got second was the same one who was mammothing on Island. And they just missing shots. And had they had an AR in that situation, they probably do get more damage on the person that we spectated all game. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. I'm sorry that it was a slower one. There's just no ability to swap players right now. So it makes it kind of weird to do these. Let me know what you guys think of Season 2 so far. I think it's very good. Give this a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.